This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken.
Their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline as a play caller.
Action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level. Now, no place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. Throwing on third. Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they get 14 yards there at a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about getting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the ID, his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Detroit!
Back to throw, Woodside. Hard throw, incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play, and third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? I think it's okay, though, they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Do you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up and running, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. A shotgun snap for gone. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down, but there's nothing available there for him.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudens. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Throwing here, Woodside. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Woodside looks to throw, and he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Here's Woodside to throw, looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Woodside. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So still no touchdowns in the 1st half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
What part do they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Woodside. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And his kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without trouble.
The ball comes out, and this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much. And
now out on the field. Here comes Los Angeles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory in just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Goff now looks to throw. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A Ram first down as Goff finds Kupp. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Goff. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. The return man is Mario Alfred. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
It's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. On 1st down, gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air on a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st down, it's good. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trade in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to...
And he'll get his third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The return now by Alford. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take that work, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The 15 yards through the air and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Blackbeamer Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. It's a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
Well, and a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll look to throw here. That is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Detroit! Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Garcia. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll go on the ground. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the throw, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. Goff now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And shedding through the tackle. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He's back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner. together here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. The return now by Alford. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.